I know we're going to be pontificating on the ramifications of this election for a little while now, but it's going to have some real life ramifications for people. This person, I don't know if this is a man or a woman, but they are a high school teacher for English. And they said 20 minutes into class, and I already have a kid telling Hispanic students they're going to get deported. This was in the teachers subreddit. I can't imagine what it's like to be teaching in a red state right now, today. Is going to be wild. All right, so this teacher says, I am speechless. I don't even know what to flare this. It definitely isn't humor, and I guess I need support. I told him to be quiet, and he's like, why? That's his biggest policy. And honestly, he's correct. That's what the man ran on and why he got elected. So now comes the rampant bullying, I'm sure. And I'm in a blue area of a very red state, but still, I'm not sure how to do today. And we're going to be taking this because today is just, trying to figure out life and stuff. But he's not even in office yet. So it's about to be wild, and I'm doing this laugh, this resigned laugh, because we're just going to be watching what happens. Gold Repair says, of course, come down hard. It doesn't matter who got elected and what their policies are when it comes to the students bullying their peers. And the OP says, oh, I did. Absolutely. But considering that this is already happening, I don't know. It's just a lot. Scottish Knight says, hey, I mean, that kid already has president potential. Bullying minorities, does he come from a wealthy family and will be handed a silver spoon, but still complains life is unfair to him and how good he is at developing concepts of plans? So this person posted in the Black Ladies subreddit, and I am a Black woman and I have a global community. And this is just wild. But she says 4 year break from 2025 to 2029. She says, I think it's time for Black women to clock out and take a break. No more helping others, no more trying to explain, trying to be heard. Let's wrap it up and be selfish. Let the world figure things out without us, and let's just focus on us. I have a global female community in my spaces. So this is definitely going to be challenging because I know that as a Black woman, I know how we voted. I know how we voted. And it is exhausting. It's exhausting knowing that Black women will overall overwhelmingly get on code. And we are fighting sexism and racism in this country. And it is kind of disheartening. And I do know and understand why other Black women are just like, it's us against the world. But our numbers are so small as Black women. At this particular point, I do understand Black women stepping back and saying, you know what, I'm tired. Let everybody else do it. High Key on Linux says, my response from now on, when any marginalized group that voted for him only to complain when their gets rocked is going to be, welp. Demi J says, not going to lie, it effing unalive me to see so many Latinos speak out only after someone called PR garbage. Like, y'all were fine with him denigrating Black immigrants, though. Miss me with all that. Majority of Latino men supported that man, nearly as many as white men. Neat Fit says, yes, the Hispanic community is racist, so they don't care what Trump says about them because they see themselves as white. I call this functional whiteness, which includes functional color card. Princess of Doll says, I think Black women should stay out of the mix. Don't go running to the rescue of people who get what they voted for. We have a habit of pumping our fist and defending others, but that loyalty is rarely returned. You got to sit on your Twitter finger. You got to sit on your fingers. I know that, people are going to want to talk about all the injustices and things that are going on, but at some point, these other groups are going to have to do something. And that goes for the black men that wanted this. There are lots of black men that did want this. I don't think that their numbers would have been enough to really change the equation of things, but a lot of men wanted this. He was speaking to the manosphere type, the red pill type, the disaffected groups, these people that were talking, I mean, that, were covering with the whole loneliness situation. So, at some point, this whole 4B situation will have to probably take root. If this is what they wanted, then, this is going to be their country for a little while. This was in the Ask Feminist subreddit. They said, why are white women supporting Trump? According to the NBC exit polls, Trump won with white women 52%. Is it the internalized misogyny, being pressured by their spouses? I don't even live in the US, but I'm concerned for my Filipino family there. As a woman of color, white women disappoint me. And, some of us were actually kind of optimistic, like, you know what? White women got this. They came for the childless cat ladies, and they're pushing through this misogyny. We really thought that I don't know. I don't know, yeah. This has been this has been something. I thought that they were talking about the whole gender gap, and women were coming out strong, and that meant something, but it didn't mean anything. It didn't mean anything. And considering that white people are 71% of the population overall, right? So with 55% of them voting for him is really nothing that we could have done to overcome that. This literally had to be more white women voting with Kamala Harris than Trump. But white women voted for whiteness versus being a woman. Black people, we came out 86% voting blue. And then we get into all of this other voting. Like, look at this Hispanic Latino line. 45% voted with the red. American Indian, this seems off. This can't be true, can it? But regardless, they're 1% of the population. So it's not like their numbers dramatically did anything. It was this 71% white and Christian. So we got Protestants voting 71% for red. We got Catholics voting 60% for red. So I had been talking about the fact that we are a Christo-fascist nation, and it's literally just apparent that this is what they want. They want Project 2025, and we're about to see the fallout of Project 2025. So, for the oh my gosh, as an agnostic black woman, this is just going to be challenging to watch. But I know that at least I'm in a situation where I could just up and leave if necessary. Like I can navigate this country. But what about everybody else that are stuck in these states that can't just get up and move? Where are you going? Some of these people definitely voted against their own interest, and they're going to have to live with that vote. This is bigger than just getting Trump elected. It's going to impact schools, it's going to impact the medical community, it's going to impact infrastructure, it's going to impact so many different things. But this is what they voted for. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, this is the country that we live in. We live in a Christo-fascist country that is built on racism and sexism, and we got the results. The numbers don't lie. This is who we are. This is who America is.